You are being fed a lie. The impossible Giza anomaly, the new scans from July 2025 that are breaking the internet, are not new. This wasn't a discovery, it was a declassification. We have the file that proves it. You've seen the headlines. You've seen the brilliant work from channels like Uncharted X, showing the high-resolution ground-penetrating radar, an L-shaped structure, another anomaly, a vast network that defies all mainstream explanation. The experts are baffled. They call it mysterious, unknown. They're treating it like a fresh discovery, a puzzle to be solved. And that is the signal. They're playing dumb. Because we found this, a redacted, declassified file stamped 1978, Project Vector. And the seismic data, the coordinates, the structural outlines, they are a perfect match. This isn't a coincidence. This is proof. Project Vector was not an archaeological mission. It was a joint military and intelligence operation. The file describes it as a subsurface thermal and seismic event that triggered alarms at a deep Earth monitoring station. This wasn't about uncovering ancient history. It was about containing an immediate unknown threat. The 1978 report details the initial detection of an immense, non-natural structure beneath the Giza plateau. It wasn't built by human hands, nor does it conform to any known geological formation. Its sheer scale and impossible geometry defied all scientific understanding of the time. They knew then what they are pretending to discover now. The file outlines the immediate implementation of a containment protocol. This wasn't a tomb. It wasn't a city. It was an active, unknown entity that required isolation. For decades, the world's most powerful agencies have been working in secret to keep this buried. This is where the official narrative truly fractures. The 2025 discovery is framed as a search for history, but the 1978 Project Vector file frames it as a failure of containment. The file reads, "Seismic activity in 77 appears to have compromised primary seals. Thermal signatures are anomalous. They didn't just find it, they're resecuring it." The primary seals, as described in Project Vector, were designed to isolate the anomaly from the surface world. They were a complex system of geological and energetic barriers. Their compromise in 1977 was a catastrophic event, triggering renewed covert efforts to reinforce the containment. For nearly 50 years, the world has been oblivious to this immense active presence beneath one of its most iconic landmarks. The new scans are merely a public relations exercise, a controlled leak designed to manage a situation that is rapidly spiraling out of control. They are not exploring, they are reacting. The file details subsequent monitoring efforts codenamed Operation Sentinel. This involved advanced seismic arrays and thermal imaging, constantly scanning for any breach or change in the anomaly's status. The data from these operations paints a terrifying picture of a dynamic, evolving threat. The discovery of 2025 is nothing more than a desperate attempt to control the narrative around a containment breach. They're not revealing a wonder. They're trying to explain away a catastrophe. The public is being prepared for something they cannot possibly comprehend. But what is it? What are they containing? The file is heavily redacted, but one page, Appendix C, was missed. It's not a schematic. It's a transcription. A low-frequency audio signal they recorded from inside the structure. It wasn't seismic noise. It wasn't water. The analyst labeled it non-human, coherent, mathematical. This signal, recorded in 1978, is the true horror at the heart of Project Vector. It proves that the anomaly is not merely a structure. It is an intelligence that communicates, an intelligence that is not of this world. The implications are staggering. For decades, a non-human entity has been contained beneath Giza. Its presence has been a closely guarded secret, shaping geopolitical decisions and scientific research in ways we can only begin to imagine. The mathematical nature of the signal suggests a form of communication beyond our current understanding. They weren't just containing a structure, they were containing a signal. And the 2025 scans weren't scans at all. They were broadcasting a new signal into the anomaly. They're not listening, they're talking back. The new discovery is a desperate attempt to reestablish control, to send the message into the depths. But the entity is no longer passive. It is responding. The ancient structure is not a tomb, but a prison, and the prisoner is now communicating. This changes everything. The very nature of our reality is being challenged. What happens when the containment fails completely? What happens when the signal becomes a voice? What happens when they can no longer keep it buried? They missed the real signal, but we didn't. The discovery is a cover. The containment is failing. The question is no longer who built it. The question is, what are they trying to keep in? And what happens when it finally gets out? Decrypt the files with us. Subscribe and join the investigation.